Sleep is a very important factor for studying, preparing for an exam, which most students really don't do. My name is Lishika, and I'm in my second year, and I'm currently studying nutrition and food. At first, in Mauritius, I did 2 years of engineering, and I could tell that I didn't like it. It was not really my calling. So, and I was coming to Canada, so I just decided like I wanted to do something related to health. So I just said, okay, let me start everything afresh. And then I chose nutrition and food because I was kind of interested like how some people have serious diseases and how when they get through treatment and surgery, what kind of food they should eat and how that would help them. So I was interested in that, so that's why it made me choose food and nutrition. And TMU was kind of famous for this course. That's why I applied here. The experience of being a first-year student, it's really amazing, great, and refreshing. Because it's the start of your pathway and you get introduced to many opportunities and resources at the university. For me, it was like a very smooth transition. Here as a first-year student, it was really great. I polished my skills, like my communication skills even more, and I got to connect with lots of new people from different countries. It was like a beginning of my pathway, and I got to introduce to many opportunities and lots of new resources, so I really loved it. So what's different about learning in high school and university? In high school, it's more passive reading, whereas in university, it's more active learning. There's a huge difference. In university, it's where you get to learn, discover new things, new knowledge. You want to put everything that you learn into practice. This is where you learn, you grow, and you succeed really. So that's a big difference between the two. So the advice that I want to give myself, thinking back at my first year experience, I think I did stress a lot and I was not relaxing enough. So I would just give that advice because I was doing really great. I felt there was no point for me to stress. Even during the chemistry labs, I was quite worried if I messed up. But there were TAs there to help you. So yeah, thinking back, this is the one advice that I would give to myself. Do not take any stress. A good student is not someone who has high grades, good grades. A good student is someone who has the good qualities to learn, grow, and succeed. Those qualities could be motivation, curiosity. A good student should be always curious about things, want to learn and understand new knowledge, new things around them. And also, they should be quite disciplined. So if they have a schedule, they should try to stick to it. And also, a good student could have really good critical thinking skills or problem-solving skills. They should have a strong work ethic, know how to manage their schoolwork with other responsibilities. I think those qualities are what makes a good student. Was I always a good student? Thinking back on it, probably in high school, no. I was definitely not a good student, but since my first year here in Canada at the university, I think yes, I'm a good student because I've stick to my discipline and I'm very organized. So I really like to plan and make a study schedule and go about it. And I feel that in the university, I want to know and discover many new things and yeah, really develop my skills. So yeah, I've been a good student in the university. Being more organized really have an effect on your grades, outcomes. Why? Because if you're not organized, you don't have really a plan and you just keep everything to the last minute, like cramming the last minute, you increase your stress level and there is lots of pressure. This has an impact on your health, on your mental state and physical state. That's why you should be always well organized. I feel like students prefer more assignments rather than exams. Why? Because assignments, they're something that you could do at your own pace rather than examinations where you have those kind of environment, kind of a pressure and that anxiety feelings where they all come in. Whereas assignments, you can do it at home at your own pace, you're in your comfort zone. You tend to work really well on assignments, you can focus, whereas examinations, you're all over the place, you're stressed, you're nervous. So that's why students prefer assignments rather than exams. If I have an exam at 2 p.m., 1 month beforehand, I've already have my plan prepared for studying. So obviously 1 day before the exam, I will already be done with my reviewing notes and everything, practicing questions, I'm done. It's just like if I have the exam at 2 in the morning, I will wake up, I will go through my notes again, I will practice some of questions, and then 1 hour prior to the test, I'm done. I don't study, I just relax. It's very important because if you go with a stressful mind at the exam, this affects your memory and your concentration. This is why you should be well relaxed first. You've done your best, you've prepared for the exam. So active recall is the best way of preparing for a test or an exam. Active recall is self-testing. For example, you can use flashcards, you can practice questions, test your materials by yourselves. Obviously, every student uses ChatGPT. Go into ChatGPT and prepare lots of questions for yourself, depending on the subject. Prepare lots of MCQ questions and try to put yourself in that exam condition. Try to time yourself and see how you're working in that kind of environment. For me, I prefer talking out loud. And especially if it's in front of a mirror for me, I talk out loud to myself. It's like I'm teaching another student. When you teach others, it's very useful for yourself. You better understand your materials, your courses. So the least effective way to study is rereading the information that you've already covered, where you could try to summarize it, understand it in your own way, how you view them. That's different. But if you're just taking notes, just like that, directly from the lectures, just writing down so that maybe you can memorize it, I feel that's a waste of time. So if you want to remain organized and be ahead of the schedule, this is what you should do. Do a monthly schedule or a weekly schedule or a daily plan. Now, I prefer, and most students rather prefer, a weekly and a daily schedule. Like for the weekly, you can jot down when are your assignments, their due dates, when are your midterms, your exams. Try to see what is, according to the course difficulty, what material you should spend more time. And then according to that, you plan everything. You make the daily plan. It's like a to-do list. It's more detailed where you set your specific goals, what you want to complete. If you want, you can set up a specific time. Most students will do this because when you jot down these things on a to-do list, and then when you're done with it, you cut it out, you strike it. It makes you feel better that you've accomplished something. Your weekly schedule or monthly, it shouldn't be like very specific things. It can be like a broad overview, like a different time, different dates, different deadlines, different things to cover. You get an overview, like a broad view about the plan. So that way you can better be organized and better follow whatever you are studying. It helps students to have a calendar because they will not miss out any deadlines or for any assignments, and they will always try to keep in mind, oh, that date I have a midterm, it's coming soon, so let me just prepare myself beforehand, the test, before any exams. I have the time, so I can have a look. It's more clear to me when I have a calendar, so I know how much time I'm left to study for that, and the date is approaching. I should probably speed up, do what's the priority. So in that way, I'm more organized. Sleep is a very important factor for studying, preparing for an exam, which most students really don't do. They like for an exam, when you cram everything till the last minute, you go to sleep 1 a.m. and you wake up at 4 a.m. That's not sleep, that's just napping. You have to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours, which is healthy for you. And I know it's very difficult for most students because they have a lot to do, lots of assignments, and for the exams, there is lots of courses to review, lots of materials. Yes, It's difficult, but definitely a lack of sleep affects your memory and concentration. So keep that in mind. If you sleep for a long, healthy number of hours, 7 to 8 hours, you can better focus on your exams. When it comes to studying, eating well is very, very important factor. Eat brain boost foods such as fruits, nuts, and always protein-rich meals, which helps you to better focus for your exams. To include exercises during exam as well is very crucial to do, very essential. There are two types of exercises that you could do. First, it's deep breathing exercises, because during exam period, yes, you get stress, you get nervous, you have anxiety. That's totally fine. Just do some deep breathing exercises like some meditation, like meditating. It will better help you focus for your good physical state. Do some physical exercises as well. It really helps. While you're studying, walk along while you're studying. It really helps. Or you could use some active transportation, like while coming to the university, if you live close by, just use some bicycles or walk from home. That's also very healthy. And these exercises try to boost up your energy in a way. It reduces your stress levels, so you will remain calm. It also helps to boost your immune system, so you're in a very good condition to do your examination or test. When you do multiple choice exams, try to manage your time wisely. You're going through the multiple choice questions one by one, and I know most students want to work well, but if you're stuck in a question, don't panic, stay calm, move to the next question, and at the end you come back to it and then review it again. At the end of your multiple choice questions, always review your answers. Most of the students don't do that, and sometimes they circle the wrong ones, so you may lose marks in that way. So always review your work after you're done. If you're confused on multiple choice questions, always try to remember what is the questions actually asking and try to eliminate the wrong answers. You could eliminate like 2 of them, you know for sure these are wrongs. So then just focus on the other 2, and trust me, what you think is correct will be correct. And don't try to change at the last minute. Sometimes you panic and say, oh no, that's the wrong one, and then you choose another one. Most probably that would be the wrong one because you're making that decision in a panic situation, you're stressed. Please keep your calm, it's fine. Multiple choice questions are set to be tricky. Try to solve it with a peaceful mind. When taking an open book exam, students should keep in mind that they should always follow the rules. Try to look at what is being asked of you for that open book exam. Do abide by the academic integrity. That's very important. Sometimes you're supposed to take the exam using the lockdown browser where you can't go anywhere else. Students for an open book exam, they do these common mistakes that they have the resources so they don't review the material properly. So this is wrong. You should review your material properly because probably that you won't get to use the book at all. It's not very helpful. So the best that you can do is on a piece of paper, you could write down some formulas or some important information, like draw a flow chart to help you better understand some processes. Don't rely too much on your book. Expect that you will be asked lots of critical thinking questions and applications. Always review your materials very well first. One more thing is not to review your notes at the last minute. When you review those notes, you will tend to forget other things that you've learned. If you see a new material popping up, you'll just feel more panicked than usual that you didn't study that, or I don't remember that. Do not do any last minute reading. There are lots of methods that students can apply to solve their anxiety issues. The first thing, like for me, that I do is like a fighting quote for me. I did my revision, I did my best, and this is gonna go well. Whatever happens, we'll see afterwards. Let's go. It's kind of a fighting code that you have in mind. You also can do prayer, or you could apply your deep breathing exercises. It will help you calm you down. Whatever helps you calm you down, put your mind at ease, is very helpful. Keep cool and not get any anxiety issues or do not get nervous. So you'll be fine.